We are about to embark on one of the most important exercise in the national interest. And we know that the document, the grand norm that we have as a constitution is not perfect. And that's why when some of our people in Nigeria talk about or complain about National Assembly session in, session out, in paneling committee to discuss the constitutional review, I tend to feel that maybe they do not understand why. The reasons are very clear. This is the most important document that governs the country. And life is dynamic, and it has its imperfections. And how do you now correct all of those things that people see in the Constitution as being imperfect without going through the process prescribed by the Constitution itself? The Constitution has prescribed how it can only be amended, and it's only through this process. So how else do you do it? So I think we need to seek for the understanding of Nigerians that this is a very important process that the National Assembly will always embrace. I want to say that one of the primary reasons that we seek to amend the Constitution is the fact that the Constitution is a life instrument and is the grand norm that governs our society. And as such, given the dynamism of a modernizing society, I want to think that we will continue constantly to review the Constitution to plug in all loopholes that might impede national integration, cohesion, and development. And so, as I speak now, if we must continue to exist as a united community, it means, therefore, that we must anchor all our actions on the principles of equity, fairness, and justice.
Serious note, Mr. Chairman, on a more serious note, we have a debt with history. We shouldn't take this job very lightly. And I believe that God will be on our side because we will continue to remain focused and mean well for our country. We have seen the benefit of dividing the proposals into bills because the former president signed so many of the bills, so many. We had phase 1, then phase 2, and going back, because we still had to go back to see the former president, say, why don't you sign this remaining 19? Then they will go back and look at. But if we start in good time, we should be able to address the concerns that may be expressed as reservations.
It is important to note that the committee is not constituted to rewrite the 1999 Constitution. But if we have several amendments that can change the entire thing, so be it. But what we want to do is to amend the Constitution in line with the wishes and aspirations of the people of this country. We will strive to conclude this assignment within the next 24 months. I enjoin us to be committed to the activities of the committee because the task ahead is huge. Some of the issues already canvassed by some critical stakeholders are quite delicate.
The way we did the last one, you can see that out of almost all the bills, it's not up to half that was assented to. So this time around, why don't we try as much as possible to prioritize them? After prioritizing them, we take the ones that we know are very critical, like issues of the state police, like devolution of our areas that we feel will have direct impact on our constitutional setup.
Say that a number of amendments have since been proposed since 1999 in incremental fashion, and there is always the feeling that we have not moved fast and far enough. But the National Assembly since 1999 has been making progressive amendments, and a lot of Some critical areas have been attended to already, particularly in the last assembly, in the 9th assembly. We did a lot, as you all know, especially in the area of devolution.